Okay, we are recording.
We're recording. All right, Dave, hit it.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Lady Gaga of comedy, Yvonne Delet.
Where's your piano, Dave?
We sold the piano. The economy is so
did.
bad. First we chopped it up for firewood, and then we just sold the keys back to the ivory traders.
That's great. So that's one less elephant that's going to get killed.
One less elephant.
Very nice.
Just one in the studio.
Very nice. Hi, everyone. Hi, where am I looking? Hi, everyone. I'm Yvonne Delet of the Unknown Zone Talk Show here on New Dissident Radio and Brooklyn Public Access Television. We're multitasking.
New Dissident with fluoride.
With fluoride. I need a new joke as far as
You know what?
I feel a little scared today. I feel a little scared because if anyone has ever listened to any of the shows, there was a show where I did Abuse You, and it was in the mini room. We're in the mini studio.
I didn't even have to pay you for it. You just did it on
so
your
you
own.
wanted it. See, all that time I thought I really did a bad thing, and now you're telling me you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I usually pay an extra $5 for that.
You do?
Yeah.
That's very generous of you.
Hey, I try to help the economy. Any little way I can help the economy.
That's true. That's true. And you know, I just want to say that we are in the mini studio tonight, and or as I like to call it, the torture chamber, or possibly the panic room, because it's small, like mini. It's small.
It's really tight in here, eh?
It's tight, opposite of what my vagina is. Thank you for that setup. That was awesome.
My friend is looking for a parking garage, by the way.
Really? I do cheap rates.
They have too many buses. Okay.
Yeah, there's actually, it's like a two car garage.
Wow.
Thank you. 2-car garage.
I'll let them know.
That's very cool. All right, well, this is the Unknown Zone Talk Show, and keeping with the format, because I do have a format, we have a special guest today. Today is what I'm going to call the music episode. We have Joey Rock with us, who we're going to interview in a little while. He's looking at me in total disbelief, because I've already said my first vagina joke of the day. Right?
I see.
Right? You didn't see that coming.
I didn't see that, but I see.
You didn't see that. It's amazing because it's so big. I have it tucked under. I have it tucked in. It's all strapped in.
It's the Grand Canyon of vaginas.
The Grand Canyon. Thank you very much.
It's like a national park down there.
It is. keep it rolling. Well, this is the show that begs to ask the question: what is wrong with musicians? That is the question. Or
how much time do we have?
Exactly. Or the alternate question could be. I'm looking at my notes. We're on the radio, so I never have to look up, really. I know we are taping for TV, but on radio, I could just have this paper. I could just have it in front of my face like this the whole time, and no one would ever know, and I just wouldn't put it on TV. That is a useless fact that I just thought was important. Not really.
You're loaded with it, baby.
I have a lot of useless facts.
Whenever I look up, I'm asking the baby Jesus for help.
Me too. So the question was, what is wrong with you musicians, or what is wrong with me that I keep going out with them? That is the question. Joey might be able to help answer that.
Well,
We're good, Dan. What's up, Dan?
How's Dorothy?
That was Dan. I don't even know his last name, but I love him. He works at BCAT. He's fabulous. I always get a big hug from Dan. Anthony's like, I don't care.
why do you keep going out with musicians?
Why do
your
I
father's one, and
That
I'm
is-
one. Your father have worked together for a long time. I've known your father for so long. But I'm talking about why you keep going out with musicians.
Yeah,
He's a musician. You've never gone out with me.
No, I have not. We have not slept together. Is that correct?
No, we never slept
We have
together.
not slept together.
But we're
okay.
friends.
And yes, we're friends. You have a girlfriend. I'm not insinuating anything. I'm just saying. I ask every guest that. So you're not even special in a way in that sense. I'm
No.
just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But we have. This is Joey. I just make sure you speak loud enough because some people,
All right.
when they're
So
first.
you date musicians then, aside from for your father.
Once my dad and I broke up, I did date other musicians.
Oh.
3 out of my 5 long-term relationships were with musicians.
Wow.
I know. You didn't know that?
I had no idea. I got to look
Yeah.
on my Facebook more often.
Well, I don't know if I talk about it that much on Facebook. My first love was a bass player. His name was David. I have a question. Do you get in trouble if you say someone's name? I guess I'm not slandering him, although I do have some things I would like to say.
Tell us more.
But what I will say is my first boyfriend I met at Sleepaway Camp, he was a bass player, and he was my first love. He actually gave me, I had a nervous breakdown when I was 14, and he gave me a pillow. That's funny.
He gave you a pillow to cry on?
He gave me a pillow, but he wrote on the pillow, "I love you" 100 times.
You mean like he did you 100 times?
No, he wrote, I was 14.
So you were a late starter, actually.
I was very late. I was late. Yeah, I was late. I did not have sex at 14. I just want to introduce before we go further because I like where we're going. We're in the mini studio, like I said, and we have one crew member, Anthony. I do not know how to. Peace, brother. Come on in. Come on. I made him sign a release form.
Anthony.
Anthony. How do you pronounce your last name?
Wagon seal.
Wagon Seal. What is the origin of that name?
It's German.
It's German.
Yes, for some reason.
Wagon seal.
And actually,
Wagon Seal.
Yeah.
George Christoph Wagenseil was a Baroque composer.
Wow.
So
We're all
there you go.
Baroque
Baroque.
composers.
That's
So-
I feel like I'm a Baroque.
Centuries of musicians.
Century. Oh, good. No wonder. No wonder. No wonder. I felt the bond
There you
instantly.
go.
Oh my God. I am a musician magnet. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. All right. So I do want to talk about. So before we go into, I'm like a motor mouth today. That's interesting. Are you Jewish also?
No, not at all.
Oh, you're not, because I am. I have German in my background, and I'm a half Jew.
Oh my
Right,
God.
my dad's Jewish.
Yeah.
I have a very bad joke, which I'm going to say about that. Very bad. I'm half Jewish and half German, and I put myself in the oven. It's a horrible joke, but it had to be said. It had to be said. I'm sorry. You look like you're going to cry now.
No.
Are you nervous?
No,
how
not
are
at
you
all.
feeling? Are you not nervous? Why are you so low?
My girlfriend's half Jewish.
She is. Is she half German as well?
No, she's half Hungarian.
Are we on the air or also on
Actually, she's
on
full-blooded.
We're
TV?
going to cut
Hungarian.
that out because I feel like I'm going
She's
to have people
full-blooded
laugh.
Hungarian. She married a Jewish guy, her first husband.
Really? And you're obviously Italian,
I'm Italian, yeah.
which is what is the difference, do you think, between Jewish men and Italian men?
About
Not
3
much.
inches,
Not
probably.
much?
No.
Really?
Not much
would
at
you
all.
say would you say I love Italian men. I find them very attractive,
Yeah.
but I'm always afraid of the cheating factor because Italians are known for cheating,
Hey, my gumada.
right? Is that true?
Not really. Not really. I don't. Let's see where I'm. Italian. You say Italian men cheat?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's a big thing on TV now. But the
It
cheating
is.
factor. They're having a big
Right,
thing
that's
on that.
true. Right,
Cheating.
they have that show,
The
Cheaters.
cheaters, right? Cheaters.
That's a great show.
Yeah. Well, maybe it'll turn out to be like Hooters.
Maybe. All right, Joey, we want you to be relaxed and talk. You know, obviously, I'm going to do most of the talking, but I want you to feel relaxed too.
Oh, go ahead, man.
All right. Okay. Cool. Why are you so low on the chair?
I don't know.
You look because you are a tall guy.
I don't know, low chair. It's a low chair you gave me here.
You look like a little
I can
child.
pick it up a little bit.
You could pick it up.
It won't go
You
up.
don't have. It's okay. I don't
I'm
care.
fine here.
I'm just saying.
I'll just
you
get
okay?
closer here. Yeah, that's
Okay. Let me see. So I went out with the musician. I want to talk about my musical background a little bit before we get into yours, and then we'll get into yours because we have an hour to kill. My dad's going to call in, the piano player. My dad, the piano player. He's going to call in 10 minutes.
Wow.
That's exciting.
The legend.
The legend, my dad, Gerald Delet.
Yeah.
Now, how long did you know my father? How long have you known my father?
About 30, almost 36
Are you
years.
serious? Because I feel like we've only met like maybe 5 years ago.
We played. I know your father before he really started playing out professionally.
Right. Yes, when he was an
and,
accountant
Right.
or a
he's
businessman.
accountant. And we played the same softball team together, Catch a Rising Star.
Really?
And that's how I knew your father.
Then I have to know you.
A long time
because-
ago.
A long time ago. Because
Yeah.
I used to go to the softball games.
Yeah.
Wow. So Joey is a friend of my dad's. And I know you. I must have met you before, but I probably know you mostly from Mimi's.
Mimi's, yeah, right.
Right. Where
exactly.
you play piano
Yeah.
and my father plays piano.
Both for 15 years, both
For
of us.
15 years. It's been
Yeah.
15 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
both of us, yeah.
Well, you know, I was in a band, speaking of bands, with Dave for like 10 minutes. Right? Remember that? I don't know
Seemed
if
like
you-
a lot longer, but it was only 10 minutes, wasn't
In
it?
fact, that's how Dave and I met. We've never discussed this.
Well, it's too painful for you.
I'm going to bring it up. What happened was, Dave and I know each other. I'm going to use the air quotes, through mutual friends, and I believe we had this friend. What's his name? The guy,
Johnny No Toes.
Johnny Nervous Nelly or Nervous Nelly.
Johnny No Toes.
He's very nervous. This guy. He's a very good singer-songwriter, actually, but he's very, I want to say, closeted in a sense because he's afraid to come out. You know, he will play clubs. He has a couple, like 2 or 3. How many songs?
Yeah,
do
we
you
went
think?
out and played a couple times, and
Right.
after he gets past stomps those first butterflies into the ground,
Come on,
he's okay.
He's a nervous Nelly, though.
Well, no, he was actually did it right the last time we were out. First song or two, he was a little.
Yeah,
nervous.
no, I'm saying he's fine once he gets out there, but I'm saying behind the scenes.
It's kind of like Peyote. He threw up, and then after that, he was okay.
Is that how it works? Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I challenge him to come on the show. I know he's a bit of a pussy, and I'm just going to say that out loud.
You know, he's got a lot of friends in the business.
Does he?
Better
Yes,
watch
so-
your back.
Well, listen. So anyway, so Dave and I met through John. They were looking for a lead singer, or was it a lead singer or just a
Just
singer?
somebody who could carry a note, even.
A note, somebody, but
Somebody
it wasn't a
could at least carry
lead
a note.
singer necessarily.
No,
because,
as long as she had, could show some nipple and maybe carry a note. That was all we were looking for.
Right, which I'm known for showing nipple. That's Yvonne Nipple. Is
How
my-
many? There's
is
like
my-
10 shows, and I haven't even seen an areola. Forget about a
you
nipple.
never shall. So anyway, so John
I
said
got
to me,
$5. Wait.
you got $5, only 3. Let me Jew you down. Jew you down for my own benefit.
That works.
That works. So they were looking for a singer, and I said I sing. I've always wanted to be in a band. It's fun, right? You've been doing
Absolutely,
this.
yeah.
We're going to talk about that in a
Yeah,
minute, but
absolutely.
let's talk about me first.
Yeah.
Like you have a choice.
The most important thing.
I'm waiting.
I know. Joey's being very patient, and that's wonderful because he's
Don't hold your
waiting.
breath,
We're going to
brother.
play a couple of
I'm
your
on
songs.
being a patient if you don't stop.
I put him in the hospital.
That's what he told me. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to be the next one.
Exactly right. Because this is the torture chamber. So I said to Johnny, I said I sing because like I said I've always it's been a fantasy of mine forever. I mean what woman in the arts hasn't wanted to, attractive woman, dare I say. So anyway, so he goes, hey, you want to sing? What you want to? Did he use the term jam? You want to jam with us? You want to?
Yeah, that's kind of a musician's term that we use. It's not just, it's not like your average putting jam on bread.
It's not like
it's
jam.
a musical term.
It's a musical, right? It's not like strawberry.
It's
Would
part
you
of
like
our
to jam?
It's part of our vernacular.
It's not like, can I put jam? Would you like to jam with us? Like I'm gonna put jam on you, and you're gonna put jam on me.
No, that's after the gig.
It's after the gig, which makes sense. So anyway, so I hung out with them in Johnny's basement, and I sang a few tunes. Right, I know the lingo. I sang a few tunes. What did I sing? I sang that.
God, it was so memorable. I'm trying to remember which
Go
song
fuck
did you
yourself.
do. No, we
I-
didn't do that song.
I said no.
No.
It
We
was a
didn't have the
Carole
sheet
King
music,
song. Carole King song. Will you love me tomorrow?
Is that the song
Tonight
you
you're
sang?
mine
All right.
completely.
Do you want to give us another reprise of that now?
Maybe I'll sing at the end of the show.
Okay.
And what was the Eric Clapton song? Once I was a millionaire.
Nobody
What's that
knows
song?
you when you're down and out.
Nobody knows you when you're down and out. Now I sang that at my in my father's apartment. I have sang at my father's club it's not his club at Mimi's. The problem is he can't transpose.
Well, he's all right. You can
Yeah.
transpose.
See, everyone sticks up for him, but he can't really. It doesn't come out, so I sound like a dope.
But with the key, he learns the song and he plays it good.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So you're blaming your lack of musical talent on your father, basically.
I don't know. I'm all over the place here, but anyway, so I sang in the basement. We sang in the basement a few, how many? Like 3-4 times.
I don't know. It seemed like 100, but was it only 3
It
times?
it seemed like more, right?
A lot more, yeah.
And then after I got asbestos poisoning from that house, I didn't hear from you.
Yeah, we were still waiting to hear from your lawyers about that, actually.
Right. No, actually, what happened was I all of a sudden I didn't get any calls. So
It's like your love life. I mean, it's kind of the
pretty
same
much,
thing, isn't
pretty
it?
much. So I wasn't that upset because the show took over. The show is very complicated, which I'm actually going to talk a lot about on the next show. I just want, for our listeners out there, I just want you to stay tuned because not this week.
Is that a caller?
We're going to have a caller soon. What time is it? 5 minutes. We're going to have a caller.
Really?
Not this show, but the next show, we're going to have a very famous comedian, Horny Oldman. Horny Oldman's going to be here.
How'd you get Corny Oldman?
It was actually very easy.
Wow.
So anyway, so I was in that band. Obviously went nowhere. They have played some places, but they've only gotten bad reviews because they keep asking for me. I'm just saying.
Isn't Horny Mickey Rooney's father? He's still with us?
Save that. That's a good joke. Save that. That's good. So anyway, okay, how much time? So we got. Well, let me see. We have
We still have an hour.
We still have an hour. I think I killed 15 minutes.
What's this you shit?
All right, let's talk about you. You know what, Joey? Let's go to you. enough about me. We'll talk about me with you. So it'll be partly you, and then it'll be probably mostly about me, but we'll have you in
Right,
there.
that's
So,
fine.
so I want to. This is Joey Rock. Let's have a warm round of applause. Let's make you legitimate on the show.
Thank you.
Welcome, welcome. Thanks.
Welcome.
Thanks for coming to
I'm
Brooklyn.
looking at the monitor. I don't know which my head's going one way.
You're gonna look this way. See,
Okay.
when
Well,
I'm looking in the
that's where the
monitor, I
camera's
see
coming
when
from.
you look there, I see you're looking straight into the camera. I
Camera's
can
coming
see
from
you
there. Okay.
on television, and so you know what's so funny? The mic, you look smaller. The mic looks like this gigantic big peanut. Oh, look at our crew! Look at that! Look at that! That's that's awesome. Woo! That's Joey's nose. It's just very creative. Very creative. I like that. Make sure you go back to me a lot too, because I'm the host. just an FYI. Okay, I shouldn't look at the monitor when I say that, because I want you to see how serious I am. All right.
Was that a caller?
Was that a caller? Caller, are you there? 5 minutes. My dad said he hasn't been feeling well, so he said I told him to call at 5. He goes, but if I don't call, it's because I took a nap. So I'm just saying, but we're gonna get him on. So Joey, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming to Brooklyn. Joey asked he's not used to taking the trains, so he told me he took the H train. He goes, which train do I take? He goes, do I take the H train? I said, no, that's something you took in the 70s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, the drug, the dope. What did they call the horse? You didn't do heroin.
Wilbur.
No.
You didn't do heroin.
The heroin did me. No, I'm just joking.
But I'm
I didn't do that. I didn't do any of that.
No, seriously, did you do any drugs back in
No.
the day?
No.
Seriously,
Seriously, no.
you really didn't.
No, I didn't.
We did.
I was too much into working out, being in shape.
Really? So you're kind of like you're like Todd Rundgren. Is it not Todd Rundgren? Who's the other one? Who's the crazy one with the gun?
Crazy musicians with guns.
The one that with the rifles.
That's such
he
a
shoots.
wide. Oh, I know who you mean.
what's-
Wendang Fandango.
Yeah, what's his name?
Oh
Come on.
my.
Ted Nugent.
Ted Nugent. Thank you, Ted Nugent.
Ted Nugent, yeah.
No drugs. Totally against drugs or whatever. But it was a big womanizer.
Frank Zappa took no drugs, but his music sounded like it, didn't it?
Yeah. That's interesting. So you didn't take
Very,
drugs. Were you a womanizer? Was that your thing back then?
At that time, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
No,
That
I'm
makes
with
sense.
one girl now, but for
No, you're
almost
right.
5 years.
5 years. Very.
Yeah. But
No cheating.
and that's a very big accomplishment.
That is a big
For me,
accomplishment.
that's big.
Yes.
But I'm
Well,
getting
any
older.
musician.
I'm getting older, and you don't want to go. You want to grow old by yourself, and
Right.
and I
right.
found I feel like I found the right girl. She's a
You
really
did
nice
find the
girl
right
for me.
girl. That's-
And she feels the same way.
Really, yes.
Yeah.
Are you going to get married at some point? I know that's a big question.
Yeah, I think so.
Really? Nice. Does she know that, or is that something
Well, she
between
knows now.
us? That's right.
She's gonna watch this show,
I
she's
gotta
gonna know.
applaud that. That's nice. I like that. That's very nice. And where did you guys meet?
Well, I work at Mimi's. And Mimi's
Right.
is 1 block from where she lives.
Uh-huh.
1 block when I would park my car on the street
Right.
to go into work. and
Is
sit.
she a streetwalker? Was she a
No,
street?
no, no.
You
She
said
would park her
street.
car
That's why I
always,
said that.
always in front of mine, behind mine.
That was funny.
And I was watching her
Yeah.
getting out of her car for a couple of years. And
Really?
when she come home from work, she'd sit in her car and wait till 6 o'clock.
Right,
She wouldn't get a
right.
ticket, and I would wait till 6 o'clock, so I wouldn't get a ticket. And I'd walk to work, she'd walk in her apartment. So one day, I finally had enough nerve to go up and talk to her.
Wow.
I go to her window, I said, you're pretty hot. I'd like to take you out on a date sometime. She goes, really? And that's how it started.
Good
So
for
if it
you.
wasn't for the alternate parking rules in this city,
Yeah.
Exactly, I
you
wouldn't have
wouldn't
met her.
be getting any
Exactly.
of that.
I wouldn't have met her if it
Right.
wasn't for that. Yeah.
And you know what the irony is? You met probably the love of your life. When Dave does that, he gets a ticket.
Ain't
Well,
it the truth?
I'm paying, believe me, I tell you, I'm paying.
You're paying,
That's for a
right.
ticket.
It's
though.
hard.
No,
Relationships
she's
are
great.
hard, right? They're hard.
Yeah, no.